Hello everybody, how is everyone tonight? Welcome to the show everyone. 2 seconds, use ladies carry on.
Oh, I'm going to share it out. Let me just share it out here now.
Everybody's sharing out.
We're looking down at our cameras, we're sharing it out.
Unfortunately, guys, Jamie can't get on, but what he said is,
sorry,
if we could put it back a week, but what we'll do is we'll do a two-parter. We'll do it because I would like Jamie to come on because he does talk about men's mental health, and he Shane, that sounds alive already. But we definitely, hey Noreen, we'll definitely do a part 2 because I really would like men to be on this one as well, so it doesn't seem so biased. But you ladies sharing out. Anyway, everyone, welcome. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. It's another week of the Mystical Carousel show. Now, tonight, guys, is a strong viewer's discretion advised, and it is very much a trigger warning. As everybody knows, in September, it's suicide prevention. Every year, quite a lot of the year, a lot of people take their own lives and it's about remembering those people and saying that, you know what, guys, it's okay not to be okay, and getting mental health to the point where people are more comfortable to open up. Before we start officially, I want to say a big heavenly happy birthday to Cliff Jones. Cliff Jones was one of our viewers who very much was into all our shows. And unfortunately, he passed away 2 years ago, a year or two ago. So, happy birthday, Cliff, and we're always thinking of you, and we're always missing you.
Happy birthday.
Definitely. So, guys, let's start. So, obviously, I, in my life, have suffered mental health. I was pretty much told I had EUPD, bipolar, PTSD and anxiety. Now, growing up, mental health ran in my family. It ran through my mum's side, cousins, everything. As I've grown older, and what I actually discovered not long ago was that sometimes the symptoms of EUPD and bipolar can be the same as autism and ADHD. But I've definitely got the PTSD and anxiety without a shadow of a doubt, because I got PTSD from seeing my first dead body when I worked in care. Now, I've been in care, was in care for 18 years, and Lynn is a carer herself, so she'll obviously understand. And the rest of the guys. It's hard work looking after people, and it can be mentally draining, and you want to do your very best, and sometimes you're just not allowed to do your very best. Now, I was there, unfortunately, when obviously the big year happened. I've got to watch what I'm saying, because obviously YouTube doesn't like that year mentioned. And I've seen a lot of people die, and it does bring up a lot of your nightmares for you, and a lot of traumas and things like that. You see a lot, like, as you're going in and you're seeing, it's almost like being in a warfield and seeing people there 1 minute, gone the next. And it's really hard. And I think, and this is not me being sexist, because mental health for MD, any suicide is hard for MD. But most people that I've lost in my life to suicide, and this is not an exaggeration, is mainly males. I've never actually lost a female.
Yeah,
It's mostly males. And
Yeah.
and it drives me insane when men act like manly men,
Hi, Scott.
because, and they say men don't cry, men don't do this. Hey Joanne, hey William, hey Things, Mary, hi Scott. It drives me nuts when people say, men don't cry, they don't show emotion, because that's not right. We're not back in the 1950s. We're not in the 1940s. We're in the 21st century. So
Yeah.
I would still say, guys, it's okay to be upset. It's okay to be depressed. It's,
Hi, Joanne.
at the end of the day, please go and seek that help, because you're leaving behind broken hearts, really, really broken hearts.
A minute's decision is a lifelong bereavement for someone else. A minute's annoyance, a minute's you've upset me, you've hurt me, I feel like this, I want to do this. And there's, like we say, and I will say, there's bullies that will do that within every field of life in the world, whether it be rescue, whether it be paranormal, whether it be your job, whether it be your day-to-day life, your family, and so on. Bullying is an accumulation, if I can say that, to the stress.
Yeah.
And it's a minute. For some people it can be a 10-year or 5-year depression where they can not be at rest because of something happened. And I have experience of that with my friend of mine. And the only way for my friend was to be out. And that was a crappy thing that she did, because she was my best friend. And I found out 2 days before my birthday, and I'm like, why didn't you call me? Why didn't you call me? Why didn't you tell me to come out to you and, do Jenny and my friend stuff? And our babies grew up together. We were pregnant together, and so on and so on. And there was so much mental health behind that wasn't looked after. Whether it be family, the family didn't do enough for her. And I know the family did not do enough for her. They could have done more, and they didn't. Could I have done more? If I had have known as much as I have known now, I would have done more for her. And I've seen a few things, and oh my gosh, it's between what you could have done, what should have been done, what you grieve in yourself that you could have done better. And that's what I think when it comes to my friend. I grieve that I could have done better for her.
But I find when it comes to that there are a lot of the time there's no warning signs. They tend to keep it to themselves.
Right.
That there are warning signs. You're not given those signs to be able to do something about it, to be able to step in.
Scott.
And I find I've had a few friends that this has happened to, and the warning signs weren't there. It's easy to be able to say, would you not have come to me? Would you not? I would have been there for you, of course. I would have helped you.
Yeah, I know.
But they're not, I think when, sometimes anyway, I'm not saying in all cases, but sometimes when someone, they don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, there is no light for them at the end of the tunnel. And it's something it's not a cry for help. It's not that. This is real deal. There are no warning signs. Well, this just happens, and that's the way, unfortunately, that's the goal.
There's not enough.
I have to make you in my kitchen.
There's not enough. There's not enough. When people go in and say, I'm having a breakdown, I'm having this, I'm having that. There's so many people, and I'm going to say what I'm going to say, because Jenny always says what she's going to say. There's so many people going in to say, blase, X, Y, Z, I'm having this breakdown. And yet they would be the same people that would go in every week to say X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z. So they are known to it, and they're just kind of like, oh, the same again. And that means, like, just the same person that's not having a breakdown, but just using up the resources
Yeah.
of people who are genuinely
Yeah.
having a time that you're taking up a call,
Yeah.
you're taking up a space, you're taking up something. So you will have these, and I will say, and I'm going to be very clear and honest with this, as we say at the bottom, no disrespect, no nothing, no this, but I have to be said, when it comes to people who want attention 24/7, hi Irene, when you want attention 24/7, and it's just because of a mental health thing, but not suicidal, then the most of the stuff is taken up by them.
Mm-hmm.
But the people who are genuinely are saying, I am going to leave this world.
Yeah, I'm going to.
I need someone to talk to me for 10 minutes or 20 minutes.
Yes.
And
that's the ones that ask. That's the ones that ask for help. There are so many there that they do it all, inwardly, and it's all silent.
Right. But there's times when I had rang Samaritans, just for an example, not because I wanted one or needed one. At one point or 2 points, I needed to ring to someone at 2 or 3 in the morning to say, I'm having a dark moment. But I rang it just for an example of how hard is it to get through to these people. Not that I'm going to waste up time to say, right, they ring up, they answered and whatnot, and so on. But it goes to a point where they are off call for 24 hours of the weekend. They're off call. And I've tried this for myself. At one point, I tried it for myself at one point to say, holy shit, I'm really, I have family, but we're not close. I have friends, but I don't want to bother them. I have this, and I'm really, like, at this moment, I'm on antidepressants because I'm very sad over something. And I knew to myself, like, oh, Jen, I know I'm going to go down after what happened a few months ago. So I ended up on antidepressants because, and I've been on them for like years before, but it's been like 10 years since I'd last been on them. This is the first time that I actually stayed on them, regardless of the side effects. I stayed on them knowing that I would be like, I am really, really to the point that I'm not happy. My voice changed there, but I'm not going to cry. I'm not happy. And I'm very sad. And I went on antidepressants because of stuff.
I know why.
We get with people who can't afford. Sorry, oh my God, when do we ever do a show without Jenny cracking in the voice? Like, come on.
Listen, see, at the end of the day, this is what the show is for tonight. Yeah. It's about expressing yourselves. It's about opening up, guys, because I don't think a lot of people do it as well as what they should, or you don't hear people, like, in an ideal world, I would love for more people to do more shows on this, more awarenesses. The more that you spread the word, the more further that people say, do you know what?
Yeah.
They've inspired me to maybe go get help. They've inspired me in the sense of maybe I want to go and help people who are in a situation where they feel they don't have nobody. They don't feel
I do find as well to say that ones who can afford the medication for antidepressants, ones who can't, that's another big field that we have to go through. That ones who can and can't afford antidepressants. And I know someone said to me before, antidepressants is just a cop-out. Well, I'm glad that you never suffered from depression before, because depression is not like, oh my God, my life is sad, my life is sad.
No, it's a imbalance in the brain. And that's
sorry.
And so those need medication, and it's as simple as that. So I think everybody should have it available to them whenever they need.
Everyone should not have a coffee in the morning time. They should have a Xanax every morning. We should all have a Xanax every morning. Scott, we love you. We miss you. We love you.
I must quickly go through the comments. Noreen says, my son suffers bad with anxiety and depression. Scott, I don't want to know about your bathroom tricks. Noreen says, I've just lost my cousin due to his mental health. Funeral is Tuesday. It's just so sad. I'm so sorry, Noreen. Hey, Irene. Scott says, I suffer from anxiety, depression and PTSD. In the last 6 years, I've lost 4 friends to unaliven themselves. Noreen says, my good friend ended her own life. She was supposed to be on her way to my house, didn't show. My mum, who lived a few doors down, phoned me to say the police were at her house and what she'd done. She'd literally been talking to my mum and other previously. We've got the Christian Gospel TV. Welcome. And
that is just so, I mean,
the paranormal jackass. Hey, Scott.
Back, Scott, get your ass back. I will always be emotional when we talk about this, because I always will be, because I'm an emotional person. But I think it's just really shitty hard. And it's hard for the people who have to live when they've passed.
Yes, it's what's and it's how it affects the people who were around the people that's taken their lives, because it's not just one thing that's affecting them, the whole lot. It's the way they grow up, it's the way they think mentally themselves after that. When I was a little girl, I'll tell you, when I was a little girl, I found my mum. I was 8 years old.
Oh my
she was
God.
in her bedroom, and she'd done an overdose because my dad left her for another woman. And she'd done an overdose, and she put a bag on her head, tied it up, and I found her as she was collapsing. I couldn't get the bag off her head. It had melted.
Oh, you're going to make me cry.
And I cut it open with some scissors.
I'm going to take a
I punched her and brought her back. I was looking after my mother like that for years.
Oh, wow.
And maybe that's why I do caring, because to me, it's a natural thing to get somebody back. I was 8 years old when that started, and I was about 25 years old when she stopped.
Oh my God.
And that was normal for me. So I do understand about all that stuff, but it's the effect and how it affects other people.
Sorry. I had to come off
what's left behind. And, and it's quite sad, because near the end of her life, she enjoyed the last 6 years, I'd say. And she had a fantastic time with her friends, and they'd go away on holiday.
Oh my
God. The only time that she was ever happy, and
oh my gosh.
But I looked after her. I always looked after her.
Yeah.
I was there on my own with her when she died.
I had to come off that for a second, because it was a lot for me. It was a lot. That was
and that
for me, for you to
it's a cry for help. It's a cry for help, because she was made to feel unwanted, unloved, and she tried everything to make my dad love her. It didn't work.
Oh my goodness.
And
I'm gonna fucking cry all night. Sorry for saying fucking.
All right.
Oh,
I do understand that, and I can understand young people having nowhere to go to. It's all right. There's all saying, come to me while you speak.
Oh my goodness.
When they've attempted it, maybe they feel like they can't, because some people who are put in certain situations can't see a way out. And they look at other people's lives, and they look how they're living, and they can't. And it does drag people, and it's quite a scary thing. But I know all about this, girls.
I have to say,
it's when you hear people saying it's a coward out and things like that. Did you ever hear people saying that?
Saying what, Doreen?
I think it is a horrible, horrible thing to say about anybody, because they are not walking in that person's shoes.
Exactly.
They understand what that person is going through.
Yeah.
This person literally sees no light at the end of the tunnel. There is none. For all of us, we can see a light somewhere, even if it's off in the distance.
Yeah, it's there.
Yes.
We're going to get there. It might take a bit of time, but we're going to get there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So get to it, but we'll get to it. For someone who does this, there is no light. There is none.
No.
A cowardly act at all. I don't think so.
And I think it, sorry,
But
Denise,
cowardly act. I think it's an act of, it's desperation. There is no other. They cannot see anyway. They cannot see another option. That action to them is not visible. To them, it's invisible.
And that's when people say it's like you said, Denise, it's a cowardly ways out because you have to have people behind. But you know what? When it comes to my friend who did that, I don't think she's coward. I think that she was in pain.
Yes.
Because I know what she had lost. I know what she had lost. And I knew what she couldn't get over. Yeah. And it got to a point where she was downhill. And I seen it. And I seen it.
Yeah.
But I didn't see all of it. But I because she had 2-3 babies after that. But I know why she did it, because she could never get over something that she couldn't get over, that I'm not going to talk about, obviously. Yeah. That she could never get over what she was talking about. And
couldn't see a way out of this.
We were best friends. We did everything. We did everything together, like everything. And I had to, before, like I think one day before my 40th, she, I got a phone call to saying, Jen, XYZ happened. And I was on my way down to the south of Ireland to do the hell and back thing. And I'm like, oh, how could I had so much going on that I couldn't do everything. And I had to do the hell and back, where you have to go through these mountains and crazy through. So I had to do all of that because I had to do it. Came back, celebrate our birthdays and XYZ, went home on Sunday. Hey, Nando, my love. Hey, Jacqueline. Came home the next day, had to sleep for about half an hour, went over to the house to see my friend laid out. And I remember saying, I have to sit down, because I could see my friend sitting up and saying, Jenny, open a bottle of wine up. And I'm like, it was just kind of like, shit. And you always take some blame on you. You take blame on you to say, shit, why did I see it? I seen it, but I didn't think she would do it. But she did it when she didn't live in my town. She lived like 20 minutes away from me. And I'm like, why didn't you call me? Why didn't you text me?
I think
I remember going through some texts and saying, like, Jenny, you coming out today? And I'm like, oh, not today because I'm doing XYZ. And I'm like, why didn't I just go out?
Yeah.
Before she did anything. And I'm like, why didn't I just go out? Why didn't I just say, Jenny, stop being a lazy arse and go out to my friend? Oh, Lord.
She didn't text a lot. She didn't call. It's because he did stopped her. And when someone is so serious about doing something like that, they don't want to be stopped. This is not a call for help. It's not anything like that. They're very serious about it. And they're the ones you don't hear.
Hi, Adam. Hi, Adam. Tell Adam I said hi.
Hi.
Hi. Mary, have you had any experiences? Because you've been really quiet. Have you had any experiences at all?
Well, if Ireland is talking, I better be listening because they are talking a lot. But yes, I walked in on a suicide attempt.
Oh, God.
And I was mad. I was really, really, really mad. Afterwards, it was a cry for help because of mental health. And I did the hardest thing. I left and I didn't look back, and I dropped the person. And my aunt, she was suffering from a lung disease, and she wanted to do euthanasia, and they didn't agree because she wasn't suffering enough. So she stopped taking her meds, taking drinks, taking something to eat, and she drained herself for 4 days before she died. And it's an act of suicide as well. And we all prayed it would be over for very shortly. because if someone is suffocating and no one is helping, yeah, in that case, suicide is the only way out.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
See, I'll be honest. See, when it comes to this, will probably put me in a bad light, but hear me out, right? Hear me out, guys. See, when it's assisted suicide and medical suicide, I'm sorry, guys, but I'm all for it, and I'll tell you. I'll tell you why.
Yes.
Because when you're suffering
Yeah. Me
all
too.
the time, 24/7,
Yeah.
you're suffering with pain. You're suffering with, like, this is going to sound morbid, guys. Please forgive me, and please, viewers, forgive me as well. But I've already told my partner, and he called me a selfish bastard. But he doesn't see what I see and what I seen. I said that, heaven forbid, if I got anything to do with Alzheimer's or dementia, I wouldn't come home and tell them. I'd take myself out. And he said, "You're a selfish bastard." And I went, "I'm no selfish bastard, and I'll tell you why I'm not a selfish bastard." Now, Lynn will probably get this better than MD. But we've seen the beginning, we've seen the middle, we've seen the very worst, and we've seen the very, very end.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
And I would not want to live a life where I didn't know who I was, didn't know who the people around me was, didn't want to,
Goodness.
and everything, guys. And do you know what?
Can I just take my camera off for a second, because I'm just finding this very sad.
And I know probably people will be like, "Bring me the night," but it's true. When people are suffering from that pain,
I would agree with you. You see someone who is terminally ill, and I've had a lot of experience with this. And if, say, for example, it's cancer, just for talk's sake, okay, and they're in pain,
Yeah.
no cure, you are not coming out of this, okay? This is going to be suffering until you pass away.
Yeah.
This is one of the reasons I would agree with, you know, being allowed to pass away with dignity and not have to suffer. That is one of the reasons I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that. Both my parents died of lung cancer. I have seen what cancer looks like up close and personal. I nursed my own mother. I held her hand right to the end. Don't get me wrong, she didn't feel a thing. I had her dosed with morphine right up to the eyeballs. She didn't know what was going on. She felt nothing. She fell asleep.
And that was it. Yeah.
And that was it. And she fell asleep. I was holding her hand, and I was beside her, and I was talking to her as it happened. So no, but before that, I know what people go through when they're dying of cancer. It's a horrible disease. It's a horrible, horrible disease. I'm a survivor myself. I've had it, and I'm a survivor.
Yes.
Very, very lucky to say that. So, but for someone who is suffering either mentally or, well, yeah, like mentally would be more like the dementia end of things, you know, where I can understand a lot of stuff like that, where it's not a life anymore. It's a horrible existence.
Yes.
And and it's never going to go back to being a life. It is terminal. This is it for the rest of, until you actually do pass away naturally. It is terminal. And in that sense, and this is just my own personal opinion, I know some people might come at me and say it's wrong or whatever. That's fine. Everybody has their own opinions on this. I'm not trying to change the world. I'm not trying to change anybody's feelings on it. It's just mine. But I do believe in certain circumstances that to be able to live your life in a peaceful way isn't a bad thing.
Yeah.
Right, guys, I'm going to go through the comments quickly because we're building like nothing else in this earth. My friend's story is a very long one, She had endured so much throughout her life, but I think the categorized was a shitty person pretending to be a medium to the point she was pretending to channel her dead boyfriend's voice. And she took her life Valentine's Day. Waiting until that comment goes away, Noreen, because sometimes when you write too much, it blocks it all out. Right. So waiting now, pretending to be her boyfriend's voice, right? She took her life Valentine's Day and the love letters were on the bed. I will never forgive that so-called medium. I know she was a pretender. I had her at my house. I'm not ignoring the replies, guys, to the chat among each other. Hope you can understand my post. I meant to say, listen, Noreen, don't worry about it, love. And as Jacqueline says, MND, Alzheimer's is cruel. Scott says, I actually just had a conversation about that, and it was one of our topics next season. Sorry, pal, if I'm standing on your feet. I didn't even know you were going to do that. Jacqueline says, I lost my mum and dad through Alzheimer's and dementia. The end stages. Nando, I can't put your comment up, but what I'll do is I'll read it out. It's hard for someone on the outside looking into someone who's tried to attempt or even commit suicide, but the person doing it or trying to do it a lot of the times have had their own battles and they try, and it gets to the point they can't battle it anymore. It's such a scary place to be in, and because of society these days, people don't take the time to understand and listen, but too quick to pass judgment, which never helps. More listening and talking needs to be happening, and most of all, kindness, my opinion. You know what? I totally agree with that. You know, at the end of the day, there's a lot of people out there.
I feel like as time has gone on, like I'm 54 years of age, and I remember like years ago, people were more human. There was more humanity in the world. We cared for each other a bit more than people do nowadays.
Yes.
It's almost like a darkness is coming over us, like the energy is shifted, it's changed.
Yeah.
You know, people don't care anymore.
No.
I feel that's the way. That's what I'm getting.
Even for the fact that people would celebrate someone passing away and they celebrate it.
Yeah.
What has this happened? How did this happen? That people would celebrate it to. This is the mind of these. Excuse me, Toby. Hold on, Mama's coming. I know my cat all the time. But our ages and to the younger ages that has to go forth behind us, and they're celebrating a death of someone. What is happening that they would celebrate someone who has a speech or I have freedom of speech. We all have freedom of speech. And
I'm going to kind of stay away from this one because I don't want it to end up erupting in the chat.
No, I get that. But what I'm saying is that no one can say what they want to say without being. It's just gotten very. It's got for a free word in the 80s and 90s. Bring us back to there again. To this, where we are cocooned into something. And I know what you're saying, I know what you're saying, so I'm going to take it away from that again.
No. It's no out of badness, love. It's no out of badness. It's just, how where we're at.
I totally get that. But it's just kind of like, this is why people cannot say what they want to say. And that happens. It's just kind of like, shit. What do we do?
Sorry, Mary love, what are you saying? I
think a lot of people are, sorry, my opinion again, brainwashed and have a lack of compassion and living in a cocoon, just me.
Right.
The rest of the world.
Care for other people. Yeah.
Exactly. And if you're struggling with mental health, and you are surrounded with a group of those individuals.
Right.
And these days, I think you need compassion.
That
needs to be brought back in. compassion, understanding,
Yeah.
and patience, because everybody needs somebody. Nobody's got time. There's no time for this, no time for that. Can't do this, can't do that.
Right.
You need to sit.
I think
any little tiny speck of, see, I'm an excellent body language person, only because of what's happened to me. And I know everything.
On me now,
One little sign and I'll listen.
Yeah.
I will listen, unless they don't want to tell you. But
you know,
human.
It's all about being human and, you know, looking after your fellow human beings. And if they're in trouble, be there. Make yourself available. You see, people aren't available. They're too busy in this world. It's too fast now. It's moving too fast, and I haven't got time for this, and I haven't got time. And nobody has time. Actually, we've all got the same 24 hours in the day.
But I think as well that people have become very skeptic of. We used to always help each other with guards and whatnot.
Yeah.
Now it's very, if I help you, or someone needs help in the street, or someone needs help from a home, or someone needs help from a XYZ, I'm moving into a house, I need some help. Now you're thinking, before we would just throw them everything.
Yeah.
And now we're thinking, what do you need? What are you going to sell? And so on. So it's just the media and it's not just media. And I will say it's not just media. Media helped what was with people before that, and media just helped them along the way to say, I need this, I need that, I need this, I need that. I'm giving this away for free. I need it. Let me take it. Then genuine people are being, some genuine people will need that stuff that's been given away, or some people will just take it, say they're genuine, and just sell it on off. So that's what happens with social media, is that they are just, we are saying it is very hard to trust people.
Yeah.
These days. Yeah. Before we were like, you need something, you come to my, like we were talking about Denise last night.
The door's always open. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Denise comes to my house. I need some sugar. I need some milk. I need some sugar. I'll give you sugar. I'll give you milk. I'll give you anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, if I go to my neighbor and say I need some sugar, and they be like,
get to the shop. There you go.
Get away. So now the milk sugar asking, and the sugar asking, and the tea bag asking. Now it's like we can't do that anymore because we don't know our neighbors.
There's three things I think you should always ask yourself before you open your mouth. And it's one thing: is it kind? Is it necessary?
Yes.
And is it true?
Right?
People can cut with words, and we don't know what sort of a day someone else is having, and that might be the thing that will tip them.
Yeah,
I think being kind is very important, and even if you have a criticism, or even if you have something like maybe slightly negative or anything, is it really necessary? Really, is it necessary? Not just that you want to say it, but is it necessary? First, open mouth later.
Yeah, I totally get that. I know when I was in town today, I was on the phone with a friend of mine, and he was just totally annoying me. And I was like, oh, listen to me, because he kept talking over. And I'm talking, he's talking. I'm like, oh my God, listen to me. Some man came over to me and goes, oh, don't get so angry. And I turned around to him and I said, I've never done this before, but I turned around and I said, go away. And I've never done that in my life. And I looked for him to say, I am sorry. I didn't mean to say that to you. I didn't mean to say it.
Actually,
I went home from town thinking like, oh, I need to look for him to say, I'm sorry, because that made my day in town bad, because I turned around to him and he goes, oh, don't be angry on the phone. But the person on the phone was really freaking annoying me, like really, really pushing me to my limit. And this guy came over to me, oh, it's okay, you don't have to be angry. And I'm like, and I do say it sometimes, don't tell an angry Irish woman to not be angry. We're not going to do that. But I stupidly turned around and I said to him, go away. but it just came out of me before I just had to take that step to say, Jenny, stop.
Right.
I looked for him to say I was, and so I left the town sad because I did that, and that was my fault. That was my fault.
Some people out there, and I call them energy vampires.
Oh yeah,
They come to you and they just literally suck the soul clean out of you. They just on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
And you feel like you're getting drained and drained and drained.
Hey,
And so you no protection. You've just got to, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not going there with you. I'm not talking about someone who's in trouble. I'm not talking about that kind of thing. I'm just talking about energy vampires. They exist.
yeah.
Thing.
Right, I'll quickly run through the comments. I'm doing a 75 sponsored walk for Dementia in October. Good luck, Jacqueline.
yes.
Nando says people care when they can get something from you, but when you struggle, those people fade into darkness. I've learned that. Jacqueline says people laugh when people have serious accidents or worse now. Snowflake City. Hey Ed, hope you're well. Hope you're well, love. But it is one of those.
So
you know what?
Sorry. No,
you go, Jen.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I can't even remember what I was going to say now. It'll come back to me. Right, on you go.
I was going to say, when it comes to men's health, it's not often talked about.
Yep.
And it's very and mental health with men. It's very sad that it's not talked about a lot and enough. When it comes to women, we get it, we know it. But I also will say as well, when it comes to women mental health, when we have babies, when we go through pre-baby, after baby, and then menopause, we go through this 3 different stages. We go through 4 stages. One stage is adolescence, when we go through a period. Yes, men, if you're listening, I'm talking about blood. I'm talking about periods. And then we go through becoming a woman. And then we become when we are allowed to have babies, and then we have babies. And let me tell you, anyone who had not had a baby, let me tell you, it is not fun. It is not fun. It's painful. You feel like you're going to die. And that is the truth. So when people say, it's okay. Well, she did it. Let me tell you. When I was in the bathroom of the hospital when I was having a labor.
The crone.
Right?
3 cycles. You know, you start off, you're a maiden, then you're a mother, then you're a crone. We have got these cycles and they're natural.
Yeah, that's it. But I was in the bathroom and I'm in the toilet and my hands and knees on the floor, and I'm talking to Tesco on a loudspeaker saying, "Deliver my shopping. Deliver my shopping." I am multitasking between shopping and in the middle of about to give birth. So that's what we women do.
Men go through it too. Men have the menopause.
Listen, let me tell you something. I would love to put, right? I would love to put that machine onto the guys, right, and start cranking it up. How does labour feel? It feels like this, and I'll crank it up.
It's been done.
But me being a sadist, I would crank it to the full power. And there wouldn't even be like stage by stage. It would just be like watch them go.
Me too.
Absolutely, as much as the Panadol. I gave birth with nothing. No gas, no air, no Panadol, no anything, no painkillers.
Ed says, yeah, we do. Scientifically proven.
Yeah, they do.
Wait, it bloody hurts.
It does, yeah.
But
I thought I was going to die.
There will be a part 2, guys, because I feel I would like Jamie, obviously, to be there because he is a TikToker who speaks a lot about men's mental health. But I want the other guys to join us, like Shane, Wayne. Try and make the balance here. And see it could look their perspectives.
Yes.
because it's great, even though it's been great having an old women's and
I
that.
because we are women, we don't actually. We think we know how men think, but actually, we're not men, so we don't.
Yes.
So
Right.
it'd be lovely to have a guy's perspective on this. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
I believe that they go through the menopause, absolutely. And I also believe that not all men, because some men are, and don't take this the wrong way, guys, if you're listening now, some men aren't as mature.
That's
But the ones who are mature enough, you know, they understand all this stuff. They go through the emotion. You know, and when you're having your baby, they're
Yeah.
going through the throes of pain.
I'm gonna
Not
say,
all of them, but some of them, you know.
I'm gonna say
Ed,
no.
oh, for them to come on. Ed, what I'll do is I'll drop you a message because I need to organise it with Jamie. And as soon as Jamie gets his laptop, we'll do a part 2, and I'll definitely, that would be great. Because sometimes we have all, I bet you that'll be the week all the men fall in the door. I bet you it is. Count a penny, it always happens.
But you know what? We'll always have the men saying we feel this, we feel that, and I love that. And because men, and I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna do it, Jenny, right now.
nothing. Man, be a man. I hate those expressions. They have just as much emotions as we do.
I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say.
Yes.
So when a man goes through from childhood to adulthood, they have one change only. When a woman goes through, let me speak for a second. When a woman goes through,
But it's not as pronounced as ours.
right? So when a woman goes through a few changes, we have teenage, we have hormones, we have a whole lot into one body. And then when it gets to this one point when we have babies and we have periods and we have XYZ and we have hormones and XYZ, and then after all of it, then we have menopause, where everything just dries up not dries up, that's a very bad word, but just gets a little older inside. And then our hormones have to change a little bit. So let me
go through the erectile dysfunction, they have prostate issues, all the my fella.
Let me just finish this off. So when we go through, okay, so let me finish this off. When we go through these 3, 4, 5 changes, and we have to because we are the people who will bring a baby into our wombs to raise them in XYZ, and we have all of the hormones, and therefore when that dries up, our bodies has no use for us anymore. So what happens with our hormones is that they dry up, our bodies change, our facial change, our skin changes, everything changes. We're going through sweats, and that's why I said. And then you have these men saying, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm thinking, like, I'm going to fucking motherfucking prison today.
Do you know what? See, hearing all these changes, I would love to be a guy. I would rather be a guy at this point.
No, you don't.
No.
Because besides of the physical thing, the brains of a man works different. Because if I smash my knee in the morning, spill my coffee, drop my purse, and throw out whatever, my mind explodes. And for
Thank you very much, Ed. Ed's just give us a big compliment.
Oh, thank you, Ed.
Thank you so much.
What was that? I couldn't see it.
Sorry, Denise. More of these talk shows need to come out. This is awesome and refreshing.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Agreed. But man, if they have a problem, their brains open, they have a box, and you take out that box for that one problem, and it won't touch any other problem because this is the problem. They solve it, and they put the box back. And for women, everything touches everything.
Right.
That's
oh my God.
a hormone.
Totally.
Doreen says men internalize more, I think.
Yeah, I think that, yeah.
Ed says she's so mature. She is so right about the maturity in men. Sounds good. Mary has to touch base with me. My next week is fully open. And Ed goes, or he goes, yeah. See, I think why
he goes.
I can tell you now, right? And you can all disagree with me. Fine. But I find a lot of young men, especially, and the ones I'm watching, they grow up with the same attitude. A mother will treat the boys differently than the girls.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They are babied. The men, the little boys are babied. And there's nobody quite like our example, John. Oh, he's amazing. So it's normally the girls that's got to have the hard hand in the house, and it's the boys who get away with everything because it's, he's got blue eyes and he's absolutely gorgeous. And a lot of lads get ruined by the mothers.
Yes, I agree with that. Yeah.
I'm going to put my hands up here, right? I am one of those mothers. I am one of those mothers that if I had a girl, I think I would be like Godzilla. Like nobody would be near my laddie. They say it's easy. What is it they say? With a boy, you've only one worry, and that's if they spread their seed. With lassies, you've got hundreds of dicks to worry about. No, I'm saying will always tell you that, and I think when it comes to like, I'm still a protective mother, but I think if I had a lassie, I think I would be 10 times wilder.
Yeah,
there would be so much to worry about. Nando says it would be interesting to see a man's perspective on these subjects. Well, what I'm thinking actually, Nando, is I might pick the ladies off the next one and find a man only club. So then you are saying it for the guy's perspective, or I would love to hear what they would say. They say, see that bastard, see the ladies,
He's right.
But some of the men that were cuddled by mother also grow into massive bleeders. Alexander the Great.
God. You know what? This, I swear to God, I tell you that.
Joanne's laughing.
So quiet on this stuff because I would say a lot. I would say a lot of that, but I can't.
We work a lot with herbs. Just going back to the thing we were talking about earlier about anxiety.
Yeah.
And, people suffer, some people suffer chronic anxiety. Some people it's where it just comes on for, say they're going to a meeting or whatever, they have a meeting tomorrow and they're anxious about it. And it builds and builds and builds and it's like, bang. And others, it's chronic. It's there all the time.
Yeah. Do you know what? I tell you.
I work with herbs and I'll give you a little tip, girlies. There's one little herb. She's a member of the mint family. She's called motherwort.
Yeah.
Mugwort.
Don't get it. No, not mugwort. Mother. As motherwort. W-O. It's all one word. Motherwort. W-O-R. Now, there's a tincture you can make up, and it's as simple to do. The simplest thing in the world. And it takes it's a bit like what they call it is nature's Valium.
Yes.
Take a mouthful of it once you've made. You take a little mouthful of it, and within 15 minutes, you're calm as a cucumber. Everything's fine, but it doesn't alter your perspective on anything. So you won't be drugged out of it or anything like that. You'd be fine. And it has no side effects. and it doesn't react pretty much with anything else. See your normal meds that you'd be taking from your doctor or whatever, it generally doesn't, it doesn't.
Denise,
With,
how do you make your tincture? Do you use the leaves? Do you use the flower?
I'll tell you now. I kind of, what would you call me, Jenny? The W word?
I was on mute. Sorry, I was on mute. I would call you like you are the witchy side, and I am the witchy spiritual side, and I'm the scientific side when it comes to.
I've learned this from my mother, grandmother, blah blah blah, goes back generations. So all it takes is you can buy motherwort. I buy it in Belfast. That's where I get it. There's a beautiful wee shop in there. Did you ever walk into a sweet shop where there was all these glass jars on the shelf? I go in there, and they've all the different herbs in jars all along with,
all dried. They're all dried.
Oh, for me, like Christmas, I love going in there. I just say, well, I've some of that and some of that and some of this. And
love that.
Okay. All you got to do is get yourself a sterilized jar, like a
Kilner.
It's airtight. Once you can seal it airtight. So you must sterilize it first. Okay. So, for example, a jar with pasta sauce in it, one of those jars that you can empty it, after you've used it, you can sterilize it, reuse it.
Yeah.
You can get yourself like a good, if whatever your jar size is, you would want to fill it about halfway with motherwort. You can buy motherwort online. I go to my little shop to get it. It comes in a dried leaf form.
Right, okay.
So look like parsley or basil that's dried. They're one of these, it's a dried herb. Buy it that way, and you half fill your jar with motherwort, and then you top it up with any white spirit. So it has to be alcohol, though. That's the only thing. So it has to be either gin or vodka or white rum. It has to be a clear spirit. The reason why you've got to use alcohol is the alcohol pulls out all the elements from water. Won't do it. No. Oil do it. It has to be an alcohol base. So this is obviously for adults. It's not for kids.
Yeah.
So you top up. You put half your jar filled with motherwort. The other half is you top it right to the very top with your clear spirit, and close it tight. Once that, you put it in a cool, dark place. Leave it alone don't leave it alone. Every once a week, you take it out and give it a shake. 6 weeks.
Yeah, 6
you
weeks.
leave it alone for 6 weeks. And in that time, the alcohol will pull out all of what you want from the herb. Once you've done that, an old pair of tights is perfect. You pop it in and squeeze the life out of it. You drain it into a bottle or whatever, again, a sterilized bottle, and pop a lid on it. That's your tincture done. Now, motherwort is extremely bitter. It's not the nicest thing in the world to take, but it does the trick.
How many drops would you take of that, or with a teaspoon?
It's going to be a personal, goes by body weight, and everybody's different. So you would start off maybe with 10 mils if you need it. And if you find that didn't work, okay, up it a bit and keep up and until you find what works for
balance.
you.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
So
I want you to send me the name of the shop that you go to in Belfast, and I want to see if they go online.
Yeah, it's called Mystique's Enchantments.
Right.
It's at the very back of the Castle Court Shopping Centre.
Yeah, I know it.
Street. Down there, and they have beautiful herbs, and I go there all the time.
Yeah.
They're looking at me in that place. They know she's in. She's going straight for the herbs. We know what she's at. For everything, for menopause, this is the one I'm standing for anxiety. I always think that people think of herbs as an alternative medicine. Actually, no, they're the original.
They are the original. I'm 100% behind you on all of this here.
This comes
Absolutely.
with no side effects. It's not addictive. It will not hurt you in any way at all, but it will sort you out.
Yes.
Simple.
Right. Thank you. Good night, guys. I'm going to wind this up. I just wanted to. Oh, sorry, love.
Thank you for your advice, Duffy. I'm going to use that. I'm going to get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. But guys, if you are suffering and you are depressed, please reach out. Even if you don't want to reach out to your own doctors, you've got things like Samaritans, you've got other charities out there, guys. Please don't suffer in silence. If you do not like speaking on the phone, you've got a text service called Shout. I've used them a few times myself. To text. It's really easy, guys. And somebody will always answer you. But guys, if you are really suffering as well, please go seek that help. And if you need anything at all, you always know if PM myself at all. But guys, remember to always be kind, and remember it's okay not to be okay.
Absolutely.
And I will let you guys know when there will be a part 2. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank Denise for coming tonight in our day. Is it day off? Or used to?
Yes,
day
day
off.
off for everyone. Yeah.
And thank you.
But-
It was lovely. Pardon me.
You're very welcome anytime. Tomorrow night, guys, we will be talking ghost stories.
Ooh.
That will be an interesting one. Jen, have a good holiday
In
from
Lanzarote
us.
by tomorrow night. This time tomorrow night, I'm gonna be like probably dancing like an OAP around the pool, dancing and I will go live with you. Just say dancing.
I did nails last night.
No,
I
today, I'm
did
doing
Jen nails last night. I give her holiday nails.
Oh, she's got nails done.
nails. She did my holiday nails. And then tomorrow I have no idea, I swear to God, that I'm flying for freaking 4 hours tomorrow night. And it's okay because I'm okay. Don't worry about me, I'm okay.
Oh, darling. You got that.
I have that serious, I promise you faithfully, I have that serious fear of flying. And I know people think it's like funny in XYZ, but I genuinely have that fear of flying. But I think my friend said to me, Jenny, I'm so proud of you for going and doing your holiday of like 4-hour flight. And I said, that's what fucking trauma does to you.
Well, I'll be thinking of you, Mrs. and I'm sure you'll come back
If my
safe.
motherwort tincture is only about a week old, it's in the cupboard, in darkness, but it's not ready yet. I'm sorry, I can't help you just yet.
See, I'll be in the airport tomorrow and I'll probably do a live saying, oh my God, I'm getting a fucking plane. I'm getting a fucking plane.
Well, you like. Right, everybody have a good
Fear
night.
flying, but no.
Night, everybody.